Vlog number 2. See it? There we go. Vlog number 2. I'm going to talk about today where I am currently with the whole Disney International College Program stages. From my first vlog, you know I'm in, but I want to talk about how my stage went from just finding out about it all the way to now. So yeah, let's start. I knew about the college program before I came to university. I had friends who went on the CP program for the year in Epcot, and they told me a little bit about it and all the different types they did, all the fall and the spring advantage, even though you can't do those in the UK. But anyway, I knew that if I went to uni, I would probably have the opportunity to do the Disney College program if I got in, that was. When I started uni during freshers, all over my university they had big posters of Disney saying, do you want to work in Disney, magical opportunity? And I got all excited and knew that I was going to apply. So we had a presentation at my university via a student who had been twice previously and was hoping to go a third time. Shout out Kylie Coppin. She has a blog, I think. She gave us a brief overview of what it entailed, how much it was going to cost, what she had got up to. She's been on the Jungle Cruise, and basically at the end of that we just had to put our names down and of a state of interest, which I was rather eager and was all excited. After that it was applying to Yummy Jobs, which I applied on October the 17th, 2010, and I'll read one of the things I did put in. It was the question you were asked, why did you want to participate in the program? This is what I put, it's quite lengthy. The opportunity to gain new real-life experiences in a fast-paced working environment within a different culture. This opportunity to work for Disney would be an honour, and the thought of actually happening would be life-changing. Having been lucky enough to visit Walt Disney World on 2 occasions, I fell in love with the magic as soon as I went through those gates, and luckily it's still with me now. I am passionate about how Disney treats every single guest who visits Walt Disney World, and hope to show guests and my fellow cast members how much love I have for Disney and the magic which takes place in those 40 acres in Florida. My thoughts at this stage basically were to try and get to the phone interview. So yeah, it did sound a little bit cheesy, but I guess with Disney it kinda has to be. But it worked. 3 days later, on October 20th, I got an email from Yummy Jobs saying they would like to arrange a phone interview with me, which was good. I scheduled it for October 23rd, and I had a ridiculous day that day. My interview was scheduled at 3:30, and the day was going fine. I was really nervous, obviously. And about 2:30, I'd been into the town centre to go just waste the day, really. And I was all prepared, all my documents were ready of what I was going to say and notes and blah 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 blah. And I got locked out of my house, and I literally my parents had to rush home from work, and they let me in at sort of 8 minutes past 3, and Yummy Jobs, I think it was Alex who called for my interview, called me at 10 past or 12 minutes past. He called me about 20 minutes early. So I was a little bit flustered. I had my phone interview, which I'm sure it was with a guy called Alex. Questions he asked me were, how would I cope in the heat of Florida? And I said something like, well, I've been to Africa a few times and worked in Gambia in like 40-50 degree heat, so I said I guess that would help, but obviously with Florida it's a completely different type of heat. Why I wanted to work for Disney, I kind of just spewed off another cheesy Disney-fied answer. What would I gain from the program and what can I offer them? I just said it would be life-changing. It's an opportunity to learn the best level of customer service with one of the biggest companies in the world. And then Alex asked, how would I cope living with other people around the world? I said I currently live in halls at university with 6 other people, 2 international students, one who is of a complete different religion as different from mine, and it's calm, it's cool, it's fine. I enjoy meeting people from different backgrounds because you learn something from them. The interview, I would say, was more like a chat. There was nothing serious about it. There was nothing to catch you out. It was just trying to see if you, I think, were a real person at the end of the phone that actually really wanted to go. It lasted about 10 minutes, and Alex told me that I would receive an email next week, whether yes or no. I then received an email on November the 1st saying, "Dear Stephen, many thanks for taking time in the pre-screen interview for Walt Disney World International College Program. We are impressed by your performance and are delighted to invite you to the next interview stage." So, yay. But that's when I started to get even more nervous, because I basically knew I had one foot in the door. I knew that I must have done something right for them to call me into the face-to-face interview stage. My interview was on November the 18th at my university, which was lucky. November 18th at my university, but there were quite a few people who had travelled quite far. Bethan, who I met in the morning when I arrived, we had been talking on Facebook prior, had come up from Cardiff and apparently got stuck in loads of traffic but got there on time. I met Gabriella, who was from Birmingham, different uni. I met Taryn, not sure where she's from. I knew Heather from UCB, and I met a few other people who I have been speaking to on Facebook since, which is cool. How I prepared for the interview, I just did some general research on Disney, really. I didn't really know what they were going to ask. I didn't know what they were looking for. I just decided that I would be me, and if that worked, that worked. There was no point me going in being something I wasn't.